Yeah, thank you. What's okay? What informs your decisions? What's running your future? Does it feel like you're progressing or you're just moving? Will the steps you take today build or break you? If these questions resonate, then today's topic, choices, is for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all our followers across TikTok, over 46,000, across YouTube, over 1,500, across on Facebook, over 14,000, on Instagram, over 10,000. You're all welcome to anywhere you're watching from. Please let us know where you're watching from. Let us know where you're watching from. I do this every Sunday. Thank you very much. I don't know if you can hear me. All right. Volume. No volume, please. Okay. I don't know if you can hear me now. I do this every Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time. I don't know if you can hear me now. If you can hear me now, let me know in the comment section. I do this every Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time. All right. 7 p.m. UK time. So you're all welcome. A big welcome to everyone. No matter where you're watching from, let us know where you're watching from. Thank you, thank you. Sheffield, thank you very much. Ayofago, thank you very much. Yes, before we dive straight in, please reshare this post. Someone can be a part of it. Someone can be blessed by it. Thank you very much. Reshare this. Let us know where your comment sections are. Follow this page. Turn on your notification button. Please, if you tap on the screen, on your screen, it will help the algorithm suggest this channel. If you give us time every day without us. Yeah, 7 p.m. UK time. All right, every Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time. Okay, please. On my bio, there's a free ebook, on my bio, and also there's a paid ebook if you're ready. This is also I'm writing a book called Migration Mirage. When tomorrow fades and nations. When tomorrow fades and I mix it up. When nations lose tomorrow and lineages fade. All right. If you want to, we're working on a website. As soon as it's ready, we'll let you know. Program time, 7 p.m. UK time. 7 p.m. UK time on Sundays, 7 p.m. UK time. Okay, 7 p.m. UK time on Sundays. I don't know where you're watching from, so you can check what your local time is. All right. Yes, I'm excited to let you know that, which I would give more announcements later on. But this live stream is sponsored by the Hey You Love, D610 Homes, and Love Family Podcast. Okay. So yes, thank you. Yes, 7 p.m. UK time on Sundays, every Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time. All right. So the whole idea of why I do what I do is to stir a dissatisfaction in you, to awaken those things that can be that are not yet become. So that is the whole challenge. You know, the Bible makes us stand in Ecclesiastes 10 verse 7. I've seen servants walk on horses and priests walk on the ground like servants. So that is the whole idea, that you be at the right place that God has ordained for you, or God's plan for your life. So I'm not a guru, or I appear to be someone that is over experienced. No, I'm only sharing the little things that Christ has done in my life, things that I wish that I knew 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. That's the things that guidance I desperately needed, but I never got. So that's why I'm here to share the little things. And as I'm talking to you, sir, talking to you guys, I'm also talking to myself. All right. So I hope that what we're saying will be a bless. We'll learn from it, and you guys can make do whatever you learn from here. All right. Thank you very much for joining. Let us know where you're joining from, wherever you're watching across the world. All right. Okay. Last week we discussed about the frequency of creativity. The frequency of creativity. About ideas, we discussed about how to receive and keep ideas. We discussed about possibilities, and discussed about clarity. You know, creativity shows you what's possible. But today we're going to be talking about choices. Choices decide what becomes reality. So every time you admire, any life you admire is a result of decisions you didn't see. Nobody accidentally becomes a great. Nobody accidentally becomes great. Behind every success story is a trail of choices. Some painful, some disciplined, some lonely. Right now, your life is speaking and it's saying one thing. You choose this. Not luck, not faith, not background, right? So it could be the job you tolerate. It could be the money you earn. It could be the circle you keep. It could be the mindset you operate from. All of it is a reflection of the accumulated choices that you have made in time past, all right? So the reality check here is that movement is not progress. A man can be busy every day and still be stuck for 10 years or 15 years or whatever he's doing. He could wake up, do the same thing, go do the same chore, scroll through the same phone, sleep, do the same repetition. It feels like movement, but nothing is changing. That's not progress. That could be a loop. That could be a loop. Progress is intentional movement towards a defined outcome. If you don't know where you're going, your choices will keep recycling your past. I take that again. If you don't know where you're going, your choices will keep recycling your past. So we can take this for an example. There could be a young professional who chooses comfort over growth. There are people like that. That's why I always say to life, it's all about choice. I remember one of my producer, he always sings in his songs. He signs out, this is how he signs the Kumsi. Say it's all about choice, So it's all about choice. Life is all about choice. So what we are today is a product of what we have chosen. So I'll give an example. A young professional, you could choose comfort over growth. I'll start the business later. I'll read the book next month. I'll invest when I earn. It's entirely up to them. Years will pass, the same salary, same frustration, bigger responsibilities. Meanwhile, someone else might do something different. Their start might be messy. Yes, see, don't get me wrong, and I always say this: it's not wrong to work, it's not wrong to do anything for someone, but it's important to know when it's time to pivot into doing things for yourself, when it's time to pivot into fulfilling your days or being purposeful about your life, because that you're working for someone or you're doing on a career or something doesn't necessarily mean that's the main reason why you are called. Don't get me wrong, some doctors are called to do different things, like Ben Carson that did separation of Siamese twins, different callings and all that. But it's important to know the times and seasons of your life. Every man's life has times, and every man's life has a season. Know the time where you are, it makes a whole lot of difference. Because the same Ben Carson that was amazing as a doctor, at some point he became a politician. So it's important that we know that. So the difference about someone that chooses comfort over someone that chooses growth is that it's not intelligence, it's not background, it's choices. So what I am today, what you are today, what anyone we admire is today is all about choices. If you don't choose deliberately, something else will choose for you. I always say that. Society, comfort, fear, culture, family expectations will make the choice for you. Many professionals don't choose their career, they inherit them. This is what people like to do. Some people make their choices based on what the trend is. I remember when I first came to this country, with all due respect to those that were advising me, I was told to become a nurse. It's not wrong, but I know that in me, I just knew that it was, I don't know, I believe that was God's spirit helping me. I imagine that I was still a nurse. It's not still a corrupt career, no. But everyone needs to know you need to discover what God's plan for you is on time, way ahead of time. It makes a whole lot of difference. So you don't go merry-go-round. Don't get me wrong. Some people need to do what they need to do to sustain themselves and to get by in life or do one or two things. Yes, but you need to understand the times and the seasons so that you know when to move on to other things or know when to scale into the next plan that God has for your life. So a lot of people, like I mentioned, they inherited it. It could be, or it is what they like to do. There are people that their families have run businesses and they say they don't want to continue. I also there's also ways to go about those things. There's also ways to pursue those things. It's just all about how to approach things and way to do it. You can be living a life you never consciously chose. Yes, very possible. A lot of people do things like my wife was telling me how some teenagers make decisions about what course to study in their university based on what their friends did, what their friends chose, or what their friends say they're going to do. So you need to know what your own plan is, what God's plan for your life is. So your decisions could be driven by fear, it could be driven by desire for approval, it could be driven by short-term pleasures, lack of clarity. Anything can drive your fear. But every decision you make is like a brick. You're either building a future you can stand on, or you're constructing a trap that will struggle to escape. So choosing to save over spending, which is a different school of thought or something like that. I have my thoughts about saving, and that's not the conversation for today. But there's a time to save, and there's a time to invest. But instead of what's the word? Instead of some people will just save and not invest, which is not advisable. But why I brought this here is about some people will rather spend than save. So you see that if you are going to save, I would advise you to invest. But if you are going to spend, you need to spend wisely. All right. So people will choose to, instead of choosing to let, they'll remain comfortable. Some people don't want to improve themselves. They don't want to let, they don't want to add no value. Instead of choosing to act, some people keep overthinking. That is hesitation. It's just like the man the Bible talks about. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Collins. Thank you, everyone that's joined. Sorry. The man the Bible talked about in the pool of Bethsaida. He stayed there for a long time. By the time he's trying to hesitate, someone else has jumped in. So these are not small decisions. They are architectural. When it comes to on the generational side of things, thank you very much, Jill. Most people choose survival. Very few choose legacy. It's very important. These are decisions to make as well. Survival thinking, what works for me now? Yesterday I was in London Business School. I hope to share my the things that that happened. It was an African Summit Club, and a lot was shared. And you can see. Sorry, guys. A lot was shared, and you begin to see that we as a people need to shift from the survival mode to the generational thinking mode. The kind of money they were calling there, $500 million, $200 million. Even the tuition fee to go into London Business School is £100,000. And you begin to even the what's it called, the building. It was opened by the Queen, or I don't know, commissioned by the Queen, the Elizabeth, the one that's passed away. The place is amazing. I've never gone in there before. This day was my first time. But you can see the amount of effort that the forefathers put into a university. The structures were astronomical. The walls, marbles, the floor, marbles, like intentional. They're not just thinking about the now, they're thinking about generational. They're not just thinking about surviving, they're thinking about what to go for now. They're thinking about generations yet unborn. All right? Generations yet unborn. Guys, hold on, sorry. I just messed us on something. 47 minutes automatically. This is not minutes. Okay. 1 minute, guys, please. I'm just trying to sort my. Oh, 50 minutes. 14, 14, 14. Okay, sorry about that. Please, I just had to sort something out. So the whole idea of what I'm saying is that these guys are thinking generational. They are thinking about structures that will better them. They're thinking about a place of learning, a place that they can impact the next generation. You can see that their choices are intentional. We need to move from survival thinking and make choices for generations. Your choices are not just about you, they affect your children, they affect your family, they affect your community, they affect they have economic impact. So just like I was inspired yesterday, I said these guys are intentional about what they're doing. So we as a people, we need to be mindful about the next generation and about the things we do. Indecision is also a decision. So people, when they don't make a decision, they are indecisive. It's also a decision. Choosing to not to act is choosing to stay the same. Delayed decision compounds in delayed lives. So we need to bear that in mind. So you might feel stuck despite efforts, wonder why life isn't changing, question your direction. Then this is not just a session, is this today is I hope that it will be a reset button for you. A reset point for you. The question is not will life change? The question is who is deciding how it changes, and that is you. And I hope that before the end of today, you would have learned one or two from the things that I'll share today. All right. Okay. What for avoidance of doubt, I always do this, and I don't want to assume that we don't know. Definition. What's it called? Choices is defined as the act of what? Selecting and deciding between two or more possibilities. It is the point where options end and directions begin. Choice is power. It is your ability to say, this is the path I will take regardless of alternatives. Life is not controlled by options. It is shaped by what? Decisions. So Aristotle was once quoted to have said, we are what we repeatedly do. Your choices repeated over time becomes your identity. Roy T. Bennett was once quoted to have said as well, life is about choices. So we regret, some we are proud of, but in the end, they make us who we are. John Maxwell said, life is a matter of choices, and every choice you make makes you. I'll take that one again. Life is a matter of choices, and every choice you make makes you. So every choice is a vote for the future you are becoming. Choose carelessly, life happens to you. Choose intentionally, your life, you design your life. I'll take that one again. Yes, thank you very much, Julia. Choose carelessly, life happens to you. Choose intentionally, you design your life. Thank you very much, Jill. So there are 5 major things that drive people. There could be more, but there are 5 major things that drive people to wrong choices. One is emotions over vision. When feelings take control, the future loses its voice. When feelings take control, the future loses its voice. You choose what feels good now, not what builds you later. For instance, I do 10,000 steps. It feels good to just sit down and not do anything. It's challenging to walk 10,000 steps, and it takes me about 2 hours. And whenever I come, I feel the pain on my ankle. I don't know what that thing is called, ankles. And when you sit down, you can tell that actually something has happened to you. It's a choice. Sometimes the weather is not lovely, but I push myself to make it done. I know that also I can give excuses. I need to do that. I need to do that. But in my mind, I know that if I've not done it, I've not achieved it. Do I do it every day? No. I also try my best that when I'm not able to do it, I push myself to see if I could do at least something at home that's a bit physical for like, let's say about 20 odd minutes or so. Largely because I'm trying to meet my health goals. I'm not anywhere close to it, but I'm not where I used to be. I'm making that progress. So sometimes, you might feel like emotional about it or no. You need to keep your mind on where you are going to and what you hope to achieve. So when you choose what feels good now, not what builds not what builds you later. The most important thing is that you don't choose what feels good now. Be mindful of where you're going to go to. Put that goal that you have in mind so it can push you to get there. As I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself. So many things to do. I just remembered I need to touch on my coursework and all that stuff is not easy, but we are pushing ourselves and we have to get there. Lack of clarity is another thing. Some people, if you don't define your direction, you accept any distractions. My bishop always says one thing. Thank you very much, Julia. My bishop always says one thing. If you don't know where you're going, everywhere you get to will look like it. If you don't have clear goals, you will have careless direction. You know, like what they call in Nigeria, anywhere Bele place. Somebody calls you, you just go. Somebody calls you, just go there. No future ambition. You're doing something, somebody calls you on the phone, and you lose track of that thing that you're doing, and you're just on the phone, wasting all that time. Thank you very much, Caroline. It's important that we have clarity in what we hope to do. Like I said to my team, you know, set out on a day, like have a to-do list, what you plan to do. Like I tell my peers, I say, post every day, what is the goal for each day? When that goal is before you, you see that there will be motivation to keep pushing it. Like my wife and I, we have goals we set for each day. She's also reminded me of what we have planned to do tomorrow, what we have planned to do and every day. So all these things we are doing is to be able to, is because we're trying to give direction. And if you don't give direction to each day, you will begin to see that you will have careless direction. And careless direction will make you make choices that you'll not be happy about, right? So let us bear that mind. Next thing we know is what social, environmental pressure. Environmental pressure. People and surroundings can quietly rewrite your standards. Very, very important. You start doing things not because they are right, but because they are normal around you. So I with all due respect to where we are, you know, you can see people that had convictions about the way they dress, you know, and because of where we are, at some point, they start their dress code start watering down. They start wearing clothes that are revealing or clothes that become uncomfortable. You know, sometimes you see people wear outfits that are technically underwears. Yes, you know, they might say they go to the beach and what have you. But I think it's important that we're very modest. I remember one time, I think it was Kate, I don't know who, the one that is married to the guy, William or so. I think I saw in the newspaper, a TV reporter or something like that, maybe climbed over the fence or climbed on a high place. I was able to get a picture of Kate or so in her swimsuit in a private fenced property. You know, they were trying to swim. Still, that reporter went and I think they sued that company. I can't remember because it was their privacy. This is the royal family. They are very mindful of their outfits, very mindful of their look, very mindful of their presentation. To the point that, you know, somebody captured them against their wish and they took it up. How about you? You are royalty. The fact that everybody wears it doesn't mean that you must wear it. I'm always mindful of the way my daughter dresses, the way my wife dresses, and the way I dress, the way I present myself. Even my son. My son has become intentional about his outfits. That even I remember, was it last Sunday? We're going out. It was in the evening. He dressed in the morning with his blazers and his suit and his tie. And he had pulled it up. He was playing around with it. When I said, oh, we're going out, he went and brought back the blazer. He brought back the suit, put it on, put the tie. I was like just watching him and just looking at him. Like I said earlier, children become what they see. Because they see that the parents are intentional about their dress code, they automatically start dressing it. And my son, he asked my father, like, how did you become a billionaire? You understand me? His conversations, when I talk to him, I say to him, billionaires work hard. Billionaires are not lazy people. Billionaires dress smart. This is how I talk to him. So he's mindful about that thing. And he where he dress, even, I'm not exaggerating, if you attend the same church on a regular Sunday basis, you get to see him. He's intentional. He'll choose the outfit. I want this color. I want that at the age of 7. At the age of 7. And he did not learn it from anywhere. He learned it because he's seen his parents and his grandparents, and they're intentional about the way they present themselves. So the fact that people around you are not doing the right thing does not mean that you must do the right thing. I remember in my children's school, 2 women, they were discussing, and I was just eavesdropping, and they said, oh, the dress code is that anything below the knees, anything above the knees is not acceptable. Anything below the knees are accepted. I was just listening to them, and it didn't sound like they're going to a religious setting. All right. So whenever I'm talking to my teenagers, I remind them the fact that the school standard, the school skirt is mini skirt does not mean that you must wear it. These are inappropriate dressings. Going to the right place. You can choose how you want. If you doubt, go to Finchley or go to North London. Look at the Jewish community. Look at the way they dress. Very presentable. Their school outfit, their school dress code is very presentable. And I say to people, we are taught in business school, the way you dress is the way you be addressed. You are dressing sexy. You don't expect that people will not throw wrong passes to you. I say to my teenagers, the Bible tells us about there's a place, it says she dressed like a harlot. So you need to ask yourself, how do harlots dress? Harlots are prostitutes or whatever. Maybe they're not in England. You can go to Belgium or to Nigeria, anywhere they are. Check their outfits. Then come back and check your outfits before you can step out of your house. Am I dressed like a harlot? What is the difference between my school uniform and a harlot school uniform? If somebody calls me on the road thinking I'm cheap or something, or you're a boy dressed down, sagging your trousers and all that, and somebody trying to address you, they will address you based on how you present yourself. It's very important that we don't do things because you don't start doing things, you start doing things not because they are right, but because they are normal. No, that's not the right way. Do things because it's the right thing to do. Even you are the only one that's not doing it, do the right thing. For instance, without due respect to everyone, in the event we went to yesterday, it was an African business summit. And I told my friends I'm going to dress as I normally dress. And when I came there, people that were dressed like Africans were maybe a handful, maybe like about 4 or 5 of them or so, plus me, and with my hat and everything, everybody looking at me. That is the way I've been dressed since. Anybody that know me, even my first degree, that's how I dress. Regular. Don't, because of pressure, we're going for an African store, people are still pressured to want to be like every other person. Guys, you should be proud of where you come from. Be proud of who you are, proud of where you come from. I'm very proud of it. I can't remember when last I bought a suit. I don't think I will ever buy one anymore. If I don't, because I've intentionally told myself I'm going to dress this way continuously, irrespective of the event, to represent where I come from and who I am. All right? Next thing is what? Comfort over discipline. Easy choices are often expensive in the long run. Avoid pain today, create problems tomorrow. Another thing again that makes people make wrong choices is what? Gradual compromise. Wrong choices don't start big, they start small. One little is okay, becomes a life pattern. Guys, I don't joke with it, especially as a Christian. It's quite easy to begin to accept things, and before you know anything, you become what the Bible calls carnal. I take it this way. One woman once told me, cheating your spouse, I don't know the right way to put it, like what they say, like you are cheating or you're doing something that your spouse will not be happy with. It's not until when you commit adultery or fornication, I don't know which one is the right word, or have sex with somebody else. No, again, your wife, not your husband. No, she said cheating is also when you are texting somebody, you are communicating with somebody, and you know that your spouse will find out. And when your spouse find out, they're not going to be happy. That's also cheating. That thing, just like bomb, like a light bulb. At that time, there was this lady that I was dating. She got married, but even though she was married, she was still sending me messages and still talking to me, and saying that she doesn't want to marry that guy. Her parents forced her, and what have you. I was still dating her, and I confided in that my mentor at the time. I told her. She said, "No, she's cheating on her husband, and you need to stop it." And that's how I called that lady off. And I learned. She said one thing: don't sow a seed you don't want to see in your own marriage. Bam! It made a massive sense. I just stopped it. I don't keep communications that I know that I cannot show my wife or I cannot tell my wife or something. No, that I can keep. My wife knows some people, their phone, their spouse, when they pick up their phone, they become agitated. My wife knows my password. My children knows my password and everything. So sometimes I'm very mindful to tell my children, don't tell my password in public because you are shouting over each other. No, that is it. There's nothing to hide. There's nothing to be afraid of. And in that way, the marriage remains healthy, the relationship remains healthy. Most decisions are not sudden, they are slowly accepted. I take that again. Most decisions are not sudden, they are slowly accepted. What you have accepted over time. What you have, 1 minute, guys. I just want to put a charger on my what's it called? I just want to put a charger on the computer before it dies up. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let me have a look and see what it's charging. Okay. Thank you. I hope you guys are learning a thing or two. All right. Yes. So most decisions are not sudden; they are slowly accepted. So we have to be careful. We have to be mindful that we are not just things are not creeping in little by little. You know, we need to be very, very careful and be intentional. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Madam Chi, and thank you, Olabode, and thank you, Jeffrey, and to everyone that's commented, both on TikTok and everyone. And please, if you like what you're hearing, please take a moment to share it, repost it, so more people can be blessed or learn from this as we continue. Thank you very much, Julia. Please reshare. Just click on the reshare button so more people can learn on this. So check out these scenarios. Put yourself in their shoes. What will you do? So guys, pay attention. Pay attention to below scenarios. What will you do? If you're in their scenarios, what will you do? If it is you, what will you do? So check out this one. This one. You are married. You are married. Your marriage is not perfect, but stable. You have good histories, memories. You have shared struggles. You have built a life over time together. But at work, there's a colleague of yours. Is very confident, compassionate, attractive. They tick all the boxes you like. It starts harmless. Conversations linger longer than necessary. Messages become more personal. Eye contacts that say what words avoid. Energy changes. You both feel it. Soon, it's no longer innocent. The messages and conversations choose to imply sexual requests. You push it off, but not firmly. The tone deepens. Sounds like the feeling is mutual. The signals are no longer hidden, just unspoken. Then it happens. One evening, you are both working late. The office is quiet. Everyone else has gone home. There's a moment, a pause, an unspoken understanding. No confusion anymore. The message is clear without being said. This can go further right now, and the reality hits you. No one is here. No one will find out. Nothing will trace back to this moment. If you cross this line, no one will know. No cameras, no witnesses, no evidence. Everything is aligned for one thing, just you and a decision. So the question I'm going to ask you guys for this first scenario is, choice one, A, give in to the moment. It's just once. It doesn't mean anything. Choice B, walk away. This is bigger than how I feel right now. A lot of people are presented with this opportunity. There's a colleague at work they know. Things are not working out in their family the way they want it. The colleague at work seems like the perfect person. And some people have gone ahead to have sex or extramarital affair with people that they ought not to because of choices. Some people have walked away on it. I've had a situation, I'm not trying to be holy, no. I had a situation when I was in university. Some lady walked up to me, and I never knew that this lady was stalking me. She walked up to me and said to me, is it to say that I don't have sex? I said, what kind of talk is that? She said to me, she monitors me, I don't have a girlfriend, XYZ, another. Already born again, I'm a child of God, I'm a Christian at that time. I was dating somebody, hoping to get married, and I didn't have time for frivolous things. I could easily take that sexual offer, sex offer. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. I'll have to now pray to my God and say, oh, forgive me my sin. No. But it could be a choice gone bad. Life is all about the choices that we make. I'm not perfect. I'm just sharing with you things that are real, are possible, or things we can relate to. So this is another scenario. You got information about someone that can make your dreams to Spain a reality. The man explains the journey. Trucks, boats, a night in the dark, no guarantees. You are filled with fear and hope at the same time. Instantly, thoughts of how to sell your property, borrow money, burn bridges came to your mind as the man spoke to you. Later on, your friend sent you videos of tales of that route. People stranded, people crying, people who never made it, just to discourage you. But then someone else, your cousin, tells you, oh, my cousin did it and is now in Europe and living good and enjoying his life. You imagine your future, freedom, money, and a new life. Then the man calls you the week after and says, we leave in 2 weeks. I got many people interested, but flew short. Decide now. Little time to think, little time to ask questions. Just a choice that could either change your life or end it. Choice A, get on the journey, or rather risk everything than stay stuck. Choice B, walk away. Never escape. Not every escape is worth the cost. Think of this. Not every escape is worth the cost. I know that people have to go through a lot of situations. Their situation is difficult where they are. So people become war, they escape wherever they are. But it's important that we put into consideration. People should think properly before they take some rash decisions. Yes, some people have survived. Some people have survived going through desperate measures to come to travel to go into Europe or to go to America or wherever. I think I watched a video of some guys trying to cross, not a video, on BBC, some guys trying to cross from Canada to America, and they went by foot, and they happened to go when there was snow. They did not understand how bad snow was. They came from some part of Africa. I don't know what country it was. Oh Lord. Snow. What snow did to them, they had to cut off their finger, all their fingers, for them to survive. They had to cut off all their fingers for them to survive. You now ask yourself, was it what decision they took? And this was just about the time Donald Trump won the election. I was about to be inaugurated. So Donald Trump mantra was about anti-immigration. So they wanted to come to America so that it can be classed that they're in America before Donald Trump makes a decision for those that have to come after. Point is that, was it worth it? There's another guy, I think I watched him on Al Jazeera a long time ago, maybe about 9 years or 10 years ago. This guy has stayed on the coast of between France and England. He stayed just by the coast, waiting for a day a boat will sail close to him so that he can run and jump on it, and so that he can come to Europe. Desperate measures, desperate times. A lot of people have died that way. A lot of people died on the ocean, or what have you. I know that people are going through a lot, but it's important for people to think, because a choice can mean a lot of things. So that guy, he even said to some point, he had to drink his own urine to survive. He has stayed there for years, surviving and hoping for it to cross. I don't know. I can't judge anybody, but it's important for us to think, because choices have impact, choices have consequences. They can be for good or they can be for bad. So think of this next scenario. It's late. Everyone has gone home. You are the last one in the office. Just you and the glow of your computer or computer screen. You are reconciling the company accounts, and then you see it, a discrepancy, small, almost invincible. But as you dig deeper, you realize something chilling. There's a way to move money, clean, untraceable. It could sit there for weeks, maybe forever. Your heart starts racing. Your phone, you are reminded of that your rent is overdue. You're reminded about your family back home, or family pressures, or your child needing health care, whatever it is. You look back at the screen. One click changes everything. No alarm, no witnesses, just you, and a number waiting to be moved. The choice here is, choice one is move the money. No one will feel this but me. Choice B, close the system. If I cross that line, I cannot have crossed it. The choice is all about you. This is a scenario. People are presented with scenarios like this on a daily basis. What choice will you take? Will you take that choice? It's just 1 0. It's just 2 zeros. It's just 3 zeros. That can be the beginning of many things in your life. Look at mafia movies. They are typical examples. Just one action, just one choice, one decision can make a whole lot of things. It's important that we make the right decision. It can make or mar our life. What if this was you? What would you do? The next scenario. You are sitting in a meeting, listening to them speak, confident and respected. The same person who quietly destroyed your chances, twisted your words, blocked your growth. Now there's an internal investigation, missing funds, policy breach, serious. And suddenly you see it, a way to connect the dots. Not directly, no concrete evidence, but just enough to point suspicion. You have access to information, email, trails, same details you can interpret. If you say nothing, they walk free because they are innocent indeed, that they did not do anything in the first place. You sell the wrong narrative, they could lose everything, their job, their license, and probably go to jail. Your mind whispers, they did worse to me. And for the first time, you have the power to decide their fate. Choice A, plant the seed, they deserve it. Choice B, stay silent. I won't poison myself to get even. This happens every day in the workplace, in politics, in families, and what have you. Trying to get even at someone, trying to get at somebody, trying to get back at someone. You know, maybe the person did the right thing, but you don't like what they did, and because of what they did, you want to get back at them, and you now start telling lies or sending wrong seed just to get back at them. It's important that we know that that person might lose their job, lose everything, but you might not be able. You might start feeling remorseful at a different time. You might never be able to go back and take back your words because the deed might already be done. It's important that we think very well before we take some choices. And I take this one. What would you advise this person? They work hard for you, diligent and professional, and invoice you each month. You know within you and your partners that there is a loophole you can use to delay the payment. Maybe avoid part of it entirely. You know their situation. You can see it in their eyes. They work hard and they need the money. But you also know the system. You know the system that fighting you would cost them more than they can afford. They shake your hands and they say, thank you for the opportunity. You nod your head. But inside, you are calculating. What you're calculating, one, A, exploit the loophole is just smart business. Choice B, pay fully. My advantage doesn't justify injustice. This thing happens every day, even in the United Kingdom. People work hard and others don't want to pay them. It happens every day. So my question to you is, if you are faced with such kind of situation, what will you do? Will you keep exploiting people? Will you keep taking advantage of them? Will you keep delaying what is to them? It's very important that we bear those things in mind and don't take people for granted. I think this should be the last one. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just sort this out. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. The deal you have been waiting for. One thing that could change everything. A major client, bulk orders, big money, but there's a problem. You can't meet the demand at your current standard. Your supplier offers a shortcut. Cheaper material, fast turnaround. Most won't notice, the supplier said. If they do, they'll notice later. You sit there staring at the numbers. Profit margins skyrocket if you say yes. Your business could finally look successful, or you delay, you risk losing the deal and struggle longer. Your team is counting on you. Your dream is on the line, and the client is expecting the delivery. The choice is one. Choice A, cut corners, win now, fix it later. Choice B, protect your standard. It's not right. It's not worth it. These are decisions we are faced with every day. Business people, normal people. So what I have to say to you is, most people don't wake up and decide to ruin their lives. No, they just make one small decision in a moment where nobody is watching. The most dangerous choice are the ones with no immediate consequences. Character is revealed in private moments, not public images. A single decision can rewrite trust, identity, and legacy. So some choices don't ruin your life instantly. They ruin you. They ruin who you become quietly. So it's important that we bear these things in mind as we approach our life on a daily and a regular basis. I hope that we're learning a thing or two. Please take out a moment to share this live stream so more people can be blessed by it. Just like, if you like what you're hearing, please put it on the live stream. Tap on the screen if you like what you're hearing as we bringing this to a close. If you like what you're hearing, put it on live stream so more people can learn from it. All right. Thank you very much for your thoughts, your comments, but also share this so that more people can learn. All right. What you must learn. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. What you must learn to make better choices. One, think beyond now. Think beyond now. Don't decide based on feelings. I talked about it and I'll talk about it again. Decide based on future impact. Decide based on future impact. Think about it. Today I met one of the teenagers that I used to mentor, who has now become grown up. She now works and everything. And I looked at her and I said to her that looking at you gives me like more motivation to keep doing what I do for young people, with the help of Christ. I'm not giving credit to myself. So sometimes you can take a decision, and it's not just about, if you think about now, you remain, what I'm trying to say is that you need to think about the future. Will this build me or will it cost me later? That action, will it build me? I can begin to take advantage of these young people because they look up to you and they like you. I can now start throwing advances at them and all that kind of stuff. No, think of the future. Sometimes I'm walking on the street, I'm in an airport, or I'm in a shopping mall or something, and some person come to meet me. Oh, you taught me, you came to my school. I said, school, when, where, how, what time? They said, oh, you came like 15 years ago. I'm like, it's very shocking. One day I was somewhere, and some girl that I might have taught like maybe 12 years ago just came and approached me like, hey, look at, do you remember me? It's shocking. Teenagers, I meet them every day. They just say, oh, uncle, remember, you forgotten me. You don't know the impact you have on people. You don't know the impact of those choices you're taking. It could be your clients, it could be your spouse, it could be your children, it could be your relations, it could be anybody. The most important thing is that think beyond now. Think beyond now. So another thing to do is to get a mentor and stay accountable. Don't trust your judgment alone. Get a mentor, stay accountable. Learn from someone that's ahead of you. Give someone permission to question your decisions. We are living in a time and an age that people don't want to be questioned. They feel angry, they are offended when somebody asks questions. Oh, guys, that's one of the things that is in democracy is called checks and balances. Checks and balances. That's why in a democracy, I use the word democracy. That's why the legislative is there, the executive is there, and we have the judiciary. The whole idea is that one checkmates the other, and there's no excesses. So if your life, you are not accountable to your spouse doesn't know where you are by time. You don't know where you are. She can't tell, your husband cannot tell where you are, your wife cannot tell where you are. You intentionally do it so you're not accountable, so you do what you like. It's not advisable, I'm accountable, my wife knows where I am. Yesterday, my wife said to me that my daughter said, the way to know where daddy is or what my dad is doing part-time is to go into my room. We have my wife has this Google Nest. Google Nest is a device that if you have your pictures in your phone synchronized to your Google Cloud, automatically once you're taking photos, it's uploading your Google Clouds, and you can see what's happening. So when I came back from the meeting in London Business School yesterday, my daughter was telling me everything that was happening. Oh, the place was small. Who are those people you started with? I was like, what's happening here? So my wife was one that told me that the way that she said, the way to know where daddy is part-time is just to go and look at that Google Nest and she can find it. It's being accountable. I'm not afraid to do that. And it doesn't bother me. My WhatsApp is in my children's laptop. I'm not scared to be texting another woman or doing a shady stuff that it will pop up on their laptop and all that. No, because I use the WhatsApp to link with their tutor. He sends messages to them and they have access to it. Some people have pin, star 222 on their WhatsApp that they can, until they press it, nobody can access their stuff. All right. It's important that we remain accountable to people. It helps you. I remember one time Bishop Edward told a story. He was somewhere in a small town in Germany, and he said that he could do everything to say that nobody knows him in this community. You know, he was walking freely, nobody knew him, and he could do whatever he liked. Carry a babe, carry a chick, smoke a cigarette, whatever. But he said that leadership is best tested when nobody can see you. I don't forget that. He said while he walked into his room, he sat in his room. Next thing, the phone rang, and it was a reception. And they said, "Oh, there's somebody here to see you." He said, "I'm not expecting anybody. I've not called anybody." He said, "No, the person, can I just pass the phone to them?" He passed the phone. He happened to be a church member. They had spotted him. And they saw him walk in the hotel lobby going, and they were just wondering if they could have a moment to him. And he was saying, imagine that he was doing something that was inappropriate because in the name of nobody can see me. What would that be? You need to be able to be accountable. Know that your life is a mirror. Yes, you're not doing anything. Yes, in this part of the world, people do what they like. They feel that nobody can see them. No. Don't do things whether people can see you or people cannot see you. Very, very important. Another thing is to audit your circle of influence. Your environment is shaping your choices, whether you like it or not. Who you listen to matters. What is normal around you becomes normal within you. So if you need to check your friends, people around you. They say if you have four foolish friends, you'll be the fifth one. And if you have 4 wise friends, you'll be the 5th wise person. So you need to check those around you. If they are spreading negativity, if they are spreading things that you don't like, you need to check it. Otherwise, you start reflecting what is around you. Very, very, very important. Next thing to do is guard your mind. Guard your mind. Be very intentional. Be very, very intentional. Not everything deserves access to your thoughts. You wake up in the morning, let the first thing you do not be your phone. You wake up in the morning, next thing you are looking at CNN or looking at channels, BBC News or things that can pollute your mind. No. You need to, what you watch, what you hear, what you consume is programming your decisions every day. Your ability, the things that you watch, the things that you hear, things that you consume is programming decisions every day. So we need to be intentional about it. Next thing is to soak yourself with transformational content. Soak yourself with transformational content. The Bible. I tell you one thing, and I always say to the people I work with, young people, if you can give attention to one chapter of the Bible every day, in 3 months, your life will be transformed. People will begin to wonder. They'll want to relate to you. All manner of things. The Bible doesn't inform, it transforms people. It can change your character. It can change your life. It's not a religious book. I'm not here to debate religion with anybody. All I'm just saying is be open-minded, be prayerful, read the Bible, and it will turn you into somebody that everybody loves, someone that everybody wants to relate with, someone that everybody wants to deal with. And more importantly, to help you live a purposeful life, to help you live a fulfilled life, to help you live a life that will guarantee you to spend time in heaven. That is it. We're not running to heaven. It's our life on earth here and our purpose on earth here. Fulfillment of it that will determine whether we go there or not. It's not about your religion. It's not about that you go to church every day, you speak in tongues. No. If you don't do the plan of God for your life on earth, read your Bible, you will not make it there. But that will not be the case of anyone listening to me. Next thing is what? Powerful books. These are not here for decoration. It's just to serve as a reminder. That's how I read. Sometimes I read and point out the page is torn. I don't know. Different amazing book. This is one of my most gifted books. I always say it about it. If you've never seen A Purpose-Driven Life, amazing books. There's no way you have this kind of book in your mind that you'll be making wrong choices. I'm not saying you don't make mistakes. You will. We're human beings. But the Holy Spirit comes to guide you. This is built to sell. Talking about creating businesses that exist without you. that from the day one, you're already thinking about how can this business run without me? Build to sell, very powerful book. That's highly encouraged because leaving your job and creating a business is like, and the business taking over your time. I know they can't do anything. It's just like sometimes when you leave your job and start your own business, you even work more self than even your job, the job you were in before. This is a very profound book recommended by a mentor, Slight Edge. This teaches you about doing things on a daily basis. Doing things on a daily basis. Yes, if you don't do it on a daily basis, it might look small, but it has profound impact on your total outcome because things become they ripple and they have an effect. Profound book, very powerful, highly recommended. All these books, I don't even buy them brand new, I buy them secondhand. So there's no excuse to say, oh, they're cheap. This is a daily devotional. I don't know how many of you know this guy. It's called Swell Hughes. This is what I use this. It's called Every Day with Jesus. It's very popular. This is the 60th edition. He has been doing this for 60 years. That's to show you. It's about life is all about choices. It's all about choice, y'all. So guys, don't forget. So these are some of the books. I have many more. I don't know. These are the ones I laid my hands on within the time I have. Get books. They will shape your mind. They will shape your thoughts, and they help you to make right decisions. All right. Next thing is purposeful movies. I don't just watch anyhow stuff. Like I'm taking my children to go see Michael Jackson on Tuesday, hopefully by God's grace, because my dad intentionally at a young age exposed us to Motown records, and you could see the struggle that people of color faced at that time of the year. And still, despite all those challenges, people like Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, Smokey Robinson, The Temptations, and all that, they still came out to limelight. So when you watch, that inspired us to, despite of whatever you face, you have to find a way to make things work, okay? So I'm taking my children to watch it so that the seed of greatness is beginning to be sown in them gradually, because like Michael Jackson is an enigma. He's a phenomenon. When they watch, I play Michael Jackson for them on YouTube and show them, and they're intrigued by him. These generations, he died a long time ago, like maybe over about 20 years or I don't know, 15 years or so. But this generation still appreciate what he's doing and still inspired by him. So things like that. Purposeful movie. I can go on about movies. Documentaries. Expose yourself to documentaries. They will change the way you think. One of my most impactful documentaries is Men That Beat America. I don't joke with it because it shaped my mind and it helps me. There are more and more I can reel out, today. So just to encourage you guys, what you fill your mind with eventually directs your life, right? Better choices don't happen by chance. They are built by what you expose yourself to on a daily basis. So as we wrap this up, my thought is, what are you tolerating that is quietly shaping your life? You need to check it very well. Tolerance is a hidden decision. Are you choosing based on truth or perception? It's important that it looks successful, but it might not be sustainable. Check that well. Do your private choices match your public identity? Very important. That gap is where collapse begins. What you are doing behind and what you are doing in front of people, it matters a lot. What is the real cost of being wrong here? Not just money, your reputation, your trust, your identity, your future opportunities. Some choices don't just cost you now, they invoice your future. It's important that we hear that. As we wrap this up, before your every major decision, pause and ask yourself this question. If this choice becomes a pattern, what will my life look like? Very, very important. And I hope that you've learned a thing or two, and I can take one or two comments now if anybody has any. Otherwise, I just call this a wrap because our time is fast spent. Thank you for everyone that always tunes in. Big shout out. For everyone that always tunes in, big shout out. And I very much appreciate it. All right. Yeah, that is that. Okay, let me see if I can add anybody on the chat. All right. Thank you very much. Please let us know. Okay. Let us know if you can hear me. If you have a thing to just share. All right. Let us know if you have a thought or two. Let us know. Okay. Thank you very much. Caleb 001. Welcome. Any thoughts?
Yes, good evening, sir, and good evening all for those that are listening to this wonderful program. This is a program that when you listen to it, you will never remain the same.
Thank you very much.
I am one of the beneficiaries. Should I say it? I don't know if that word is the right word. That benefit from even when before you start this program. What I am today, it is because of all what you've been saying and all what you've been doing. I've been admiring you even before I start working with you and even before I start working with you, and when working with you, sincerely speaking, I've learned a lot. What I am today, it is you. There are so many things you say, and which I really believe on it. When you believe on your word of God, that is the Bible. That the Bible contains virtually everything you want to be in your life, plus your occupation of life, and the way you live your life, and the Bible shaping everything. What am I saying? All this word you've said, sir, I believe no one is not from the Bible. Why I'm saying this is that there is one thing I learned from you, is you have to be straightforward in what you are doing. When you say the truth will surely set you free. And once you say the truth, no matter what they accuse you on, you know your conscience is clear. It will never worry you. Virtually every time, sir, I admire you.
Thank God.
And what you say, you to suffer before you enjoy your life. And I work with you. All I can say, apart from my school, throughout working with you, and sincerely speaking, I've seen the manifestation of that you will have to work before you enjoy your life. That is what that anytime let me tell you something that is amazing, sir.
Go ahead.
Anytime I pick my phone, my last daughter of 3 years, she will say, sir, are you listening to Uncle Onyekwelu? I will say yes. That is what she normally say. He say, what is he saying? I'm saying he is advising you that you should be a good children, that you sow a seed. At the end, you will enjoy the seed. At the end. Sir, sincerely speaking, you are my mentor.
Thank God.
You inspire me.
Thank God.
You teach me so many things. And you make me to believe on myself. And sincerely speaking, within last month, I've seen the dividend of being sincere and being focused in where you are going to. And you taught us that nothing good, and in anything you do that is good, there is always a dividend. Sir, let me shock you. There was a time I walk. All other people will be saying, you are working with this man. You're going, you're coming, you're going, you're coming. Can't you go and do this thing? I told him that the person I'm working with, I am okay with him. But sincerely speaking, sir, as I'm saying, I may deviate from what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that from your word, from your ways of life, the ways your families behave, all my families are emulating you people's ways of life. And sincerely speaking, we appreciate you, sir.
Thank God.
I appreciate you very well, sir. I want to use this opportunity to say God will bless you.
Amen.
You don't hide you don't hide your ideas. You give out your ideas. There's an idea that somebody will pay before he gets it. You give it for free. You don't hide your success. You open up your success for people for free to learn their way. You teach me like a baby. And even when I don't understand, you repeat it, you don't get angry, sir. So God will bless you, sir. And I believe all those people that are listening to you, they should learn and follow you. Sincerely speaking, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel in what you are saying and your deeds, sir. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much for your honest comments, Mr. Caleb. Very much appreciated. I just want to say that I give God glory for the things that you share. I am what I am by the grace of Christ. I don't take any accolades for it. I'm very intentional about my life. And because of the people that are before me, the people that I've learned from, my parents, my wife, and everything, I get inspiration from all angles to stay focused. So a big thank you to you for your kind words. Together, we'll all rise together. That's the whole idea. And I believe that that is God's desire for everyone, that we all succeed and prosper and be in good health. All right? Okay. So,
yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Your VA247, your thoughts as we wrap this up, please. Thank you very much, Kenneth.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, how are you doing?
Thank you, sir. So I just wanted to add a little few points to what Mr. Caleb has said.
Go ahead.
Me, I do admire your consistency, and I always say every live session.
Okay.
Every time, every Sunday, you dedicate time to dish out something to us. Thank you very much, sir. And then based on what you said, choices. Sometimes either we do it intentionally or not. The choices we make actually affect us on the long run. And so it's important to always make the right choices. And I've learned from you now that we could get information, we could get knowledge from the Bible, from books. These are the things that helps us to make choices that guides us on the right path, because most of these writers, sometimes they write from experience, they write from God's, let me say, the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, some of them who are Christian writers and all of that. So choices can be made also based on informed knowledge. So I've learned that from this live as well. Thank you very much, sir, for your consistency. Well done, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for your thoughts. Your VA247. I very much appreciate you guys and for your consistent support for this live stream as well, and always sharing. I know there are people out there that are listening, watching. Not everyone has the confidence to talk, but also thank people that have dropped some comments. I'm just trying to read them. I really appreciate you guys that spoke out. Okay, I really appreciate you guys that spoke out. Right, thank you very much. Thank you, Nelia Akosa. She said great. Harry Swam said lovely. Ilonana said well done, sir, on point. Barbara C. said yes. Peter Akeyena says it was a very, very nice to hear those words. Those words are actually very beautiful. Julia Akyam Pomat, sorry if I didn't pronounce your name well, says okay, no problem. Barbara C. says, sir, I'm connected to your live. Madam, she says, wow, it's impressive young man. Olabode Diamonde says, right. Jeffrey E. Winter says, thank you, emoji. I don't know what emoji. Please, emoji. Caroline says, you are doing well. Julia again says, making the right choice in everyday endeavor in life is the most difficult, but trusting in God and following your words may bring success in life. Thank you very much for that kind comment. And Desmond, I gave a wave emoji. Julia again, yes, very nice words. Jill W. Mark said yes. Peter says how to stay motivated and move forward. Collins Ascenso says, thank you for your prayers. My life is going very well. Peter again says how to strengthen your morale and move forward. Icon News says program time. I'll tell you that. Nicola says, yeah, that's that. Daniel says, God bless you. Yeah, thank you very much for your words. Thank you very much, everyone that has said a thing or two in any of these programs. Very much appreciated, very much appreciated. As we bring this to a close, our time is very fast spent. Let's say thank you to all of you. Very much appreciate what you guys supporting this channel. Thank you thank you, and again, I thank you to my PA, Venus. Thank you to my social media manager, Dami. Thank you to my movie crew, Igwebike. Thank you to my family, my amazing wife and children, my siblings, my wife's siblings and everyone. A big thank you to my cousins, everyone. Thank you to all my mentors, both those alive, those that are dead. A big thank you to every one of them. Thank you to my colleagues, those that I do the same thing with. Even yesterday, a big shout out to Tolu. She was one that encouraged me to come for the London Business School, and she's always been doing that. A big shout out to her and to every other person that I work with in one form or the other, being in church or in a professional level. A big shout out to all of them. A big thank you to everyone. So keep sharing. Remember you can share this live stream. Some people can watch this later. This can be rewatched, not necessarily live. It can still be rewatched. So please share it out so other people can be blessed by it. All right. Yeah, that's that. Then let me know what your biggest takeaways are. Let us know. Put in the comment section. Next week, next Sunday, same time, we're going to be discussing a topic called a good name. A good name. A good name. So remember that in whatever you're doing, you need to take action. Take action. I always say that take action. You can book a 10 minutes free consultation call with me. Just check on my bio. There should be a link there. And also my free ebook and my paid ebook, they're all there. If you can join our community of like minds, please, on the flyer, there's a QR code. Scan it to join, and you can send a DM, and we can work together. All right. Next thing again you can do is that you can also send a DM in any of this, either through Facebook or anything, and we can add you on the community. Right. So remember to take your life in your hands and control your time. Don't die average. Don't forget that. Don't die average. All right. This live stream is always sponsored. In case you have intentions to sponsor any of our live streams, send me a DM, and we can have a conversation about it. This live stream is sponsored by, thank you, Olayinka. This live stream is sponsored by The Hair You Love. It's spelled D for Delta, hair, then U for umbrella, love, L for Lima, U for umbrella, V for Victor. The Hair You Love. They make premium human wigs, 100%. They have attachments and they have accessories. Check them out on Instagram, on TikTok, or wherever, and you can place your orders. If you can't find what you're looking for there, send them a DM and they can let you know how much it costs. And they could deliver it from anywhere across the world. They can make that happen. Okay? This is also sponsored by D610 Homes. We do property development in Nigeria, property investments in the United Kingdom, shortlets in Nigeria, service accommodation in the United Kingdom. Please, if you got cash, you don't know what to do with it, or thinking of what to do with it, send us a DM and we can work something out. We have different investments or stuff coming up, and you can be a part of it. We have a win-win situation, and you can make your money work for you while you sleep. It's also sponsored by the Love Family Podcast. Every Saturday we have podcasts coming out. Come out every 9 a.m. UK time. One podcast every Saturday. All right. Yesterday was about investments, property investment, whether in Nigeria or in Abuja or London. In Abuja or London, right? So watch it out. Type Love Family Podcast, one word, on YouTube, and you can watch that episode. It's amazing. I had a very experienced Abuja property guru there. Check him out on my Ikechkumba, and you can't go wrong. He analyzed it both ways. Okay, good. Right. As we bring this to a close, remember your life is not random. It's a reflection of your choices. Okay, where you are today is a summary of what you have been choosing consistently. Don't forget that. Remember that movement is not progress. Direction is everything. Being busy means nothing if your choices are not aligned with your clear future. The next thing I want you to bear in mind is small decisions carry big consequences. The little choices you ignore today are the ones shaping your reality tomorrow. And the last thing I want you to bear in mind as I call this a wrap, is that every choice is building something, intentional or unintentional. You are either designing your life or drifting into a life you don't choose. You don't rise to the level of your desires, you fall to the level of your daily choices. I'll take that one again. You don't rise to the level of your desires, you fall to the level of your daily choices. All right? So remember that why I do this every day is to spark, to challenge you to be better than you can be. Because there's more in you, there's greatness in you. Okay? Check yourself. If nothing has happened in the last 1 hour, check yourself very, very, very well. Remember the Bible, I always make reference to Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 7. I have seen servants walk on horses, while princes walk on the ground like servants. Bear that scripture and learn. Never get tired of it. So you're always at the right place at the right time. Okay? Remember, the wise always invest. In whatever you're doing, in whatever you're doing every day, ensure that you're investing in whatever will make you make the right choices. And if you keep doing that, you can never go wrong. This is me saying to you, peace, Udo, and I'm out. God bless you all. Bye-bye.